Hello everybody and welcome back. I am Count Christo playing as always with my friend Addaway. Say hello, Addaway.
Hello there.
There's been a slight change since you were last here, because the game kept crashing, as you know. We're sorry about that. Mostly I am sorry about that, because I said we should play on the beta branch, and the beta branch is all stable, and because I'd been having no problems. But there was an update to the beta branch the other day, and it seems to have made it horrendously unstable. Or at least it was a few days ago. So, we shall now play off the beta branch. We are off the beta branch. We've redone it a bit in sullen silence while we grump over the fact that we've been recording for ages. not got many videos done. But we are now back. We're
we're pretty much the same position we were before.
Yeah.
It's earlier in time, but we're in more or less the same place we were.
So I'm paused if you're all good. Yep. I'm engaged in that border conflict with the Soviets, which hopefully I'm going to win. Because I won last time. It'd be a shame to lose it this time, but I've got all three of my tank divisions deployed. So I should check. My tank divisions probably suck, don't they? They start... Yeah, my tank divisions have infantry in them.
That seems like a legit idea.
Mm.
Yeah, Japanese tank divisions are atrocious.
Yeah, okay, I'm going to try and work on that. Right, I've got the air volunteers. We've got the Madrid air base now. So, that's fine. Get some more in there. Just grinding from experience through here. Looks like the Republicans are collapsing a lot quicker than they were.
Yeah, I'm trying to grind as much as I can. Right, there's my fighter variant. I'm naming my fighter variant. I named it as the BF 209 rather than 109. I'm not even sure if one existed called that.
Right.
But I knew I couldn't label it as the BF 110 because that was a real plane.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's a twin engine fighter. ME 110.
If I paid a lot more attention in Black Ice, I'm sure I'd know this. Because it has like 26 different, probably more.
So, if anyone in the comments is German and understands why Messerschmitts have the BF at the start rather than the ME, I would like to know, because I don't actually know why that's the case.
Is it manufacturer? Like lots of different names were all on different manufacturers, weren't they? Like the Fokker was a company.
But the 109 it is a Messerschmitt.
Oh.
It's a Messerschmitt 109, but for some reason, not as Hoi4, but sometimes in history books, it's written as the BF 109. I don't know why that is.
Oh, interesting.
I'm assuming it's some kind of a different German word at the start. But I don't know I don't know why.
Right. Alright, there's my fighter upgrade, so I can finally stop using fighter ones, which I will straight away. Sorry, I said agility, didn't I, when I was telling you which upgrades to get? I of course mean
yes.
I of course mean engine.
Yeah, I did figure it out.
Good. I think I've ever named a fighter variant.
Well, the problem is, what happens if I leave the name default? I end up getting really confused and accidentally assigning the wrong variant because it's like you end up with like BF 109 A1 A2. And it just like gets really confusing.
You just do the highest number.
No, I'd rather do it this way.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
It's clearer for me.
To each their own.
Can I delete templates? Which I wish I could. The old fighter variant I don't want anymore.
Yeah.
Oh, you can
decommission.
Ah. Never noticed that before.
Oh, no wonder you finding it tricky.
No wonder I got confused.
Yeah. Yeah, that's been in from
I ended up with like
1.0
fighter templates.
Generally, I try and variant not many times because of the production efficiency loss, but
it's pretty minor though. What you lose.
It's like I think it's 20% or something.
Yeah, I guess so.
20% of total cap, I think. Maybe it's flat. I don't know actually. It's an interesting question. Alright, so I am just about to start the focuses that will send me barreling towards war. Let me know if you want me to tweak speed, by the way. I'm currently just doing it to...
Yeah, fine. I've got nothing to do for a while. Until I'm fighting the Czechs, or if I fight the Czechs, that's the next war I'm going to be doing.
Cool. So what are the French doing?
Free trade, yeah, I should do that.
Haven't revised Versailles yet.
Who, me?
No, the Czechs. The French.
No, the French haven't done that.
That would have been fun. And the French to go communist.
The French haven't gone either status quo or
You have some aluminium, don't you?
Oh yes, that's literally just what you're talking about.
Yes. Yes.
So I didn't think that Relive Versailles was the focus to go fascist or communist.
Fair enough. It does seem odd. I mean, I don't think it's necessarily a fascist or communist thing for them to want to revise Versailles, but I don't know. Anyway. I guess it means just revise the situation established by Versailles.
Yeah.
I have a decision available. Promises of peace. No thanks.
Research plans and threes. Probably won't spend too long building light. Straight to mediums.
I may stay light.
I mean, I'm going to have Panzer 3s in 190 days.
Yeah. I kind of want to avoid the tungsten cost.
Yeah, that's true. Tungsten does turn to be a problem for Germany.
Yeah. Until you can get Portugal.
Or Sweden.
So I'm uncertain whether this prioritized deal for gun. Do I press it again down here? No.
So one thing that because I've been reading a lot about the German invasion of Norway. The big thing about that is that Germany didn't have any iron ore, and Sweden sold it loads of iron ore through Narvik. But in the game, it's tungsten, which is the resource that Sweden has that Germany need.
Yeah, that's weird.
It's tungsten. It's not made from iron ore, is it? It's
tungsten.
Tungsten's an element, isn't it? Yeah.
I think, yeah.
So
it might be used in the
find it
steel
weird
creation process or something.
Yeah, I guess so, yeah. Because Germany has loads of steel.
Yes, the resources in game are...
They're a bit messed up, aren't they?
It would be very difficult for them to be otherwise, I think, with the in-game trade system. Because Germany would just always starve, basically.
Yes, because Germany and Italy especially have no resources in them.
Yeah.
Like, the amount of resources that Italy gets in the game is generous compared to what they actually have.
Yeah.
In real life.
Well, the lack of a real money mechanic means there can't be the kind of like economy stuff there was in Hoi4, where you would be constantly trying to, there had to be some people in the world neutral to you because they'd be the ones you were buying stuff from. Yeah. And, selling electricity and all kinds of stuff. It was pretty complicated.
The thing about Germany though is that Germany, in terms of resources, like their number of raw materials brought in dropped by 80% on the outbreak of war. Really? To a level that was below that of the Great Depression. Yeah. Their economy, like their resources, did collapse when the war broke out because of the blockade. Right. The winter of 1939-40 was really, really hard on the German citizens because they had to rearm after Poland. Right. And so rations got cut and all stuff went to the army. Right, let's do some Hermann Goering works.
Stop that. Okay. Oh yes, I still need to put
this Hermann Goering work focus that you do.
Yeah.
Like it was basically a steel conglomerate that Goering set up to like get all the steel firms and factories in the Ruhr into one company. Right. And then it just sort of became his private company and wasn't owned by the state. It's owned by Goering. Right. He was just in charge of it. And like no one batted an eyelid about it. It's really weird.
Yes, that sounds like autocracy to me.
Goering like filthy rich off the Third Reich. Sure.
There goes the Spanish Civil War. Sorry, was that a minute ago? I totally...
It's just happened.
It just happened, right. Right.
A few seconds ago. I already have 213 more air experience.
God, I have 203. Okay, well...
What did you do for Cass? I'm assuming attack.
I actually don't know. I don't know the meta, but I guess attack. So that's
I'm going to want reliability and attack, I guess. For instance.
Have a spot of
Yeah, because agility controls how easy it is for planes to hit your plane. Yes. And you'd only be deploying CAS generally where you have a good degree of, if not superiority, air present.
Yeah, generally. But I don't know. I often find myself deploying them in contested areas.
Yeah. I'll go with the tank. We'll sacrifice a bit to get the extra effect. Where am I going?
Should I go down to my level 1 general in order to get the air controller trait on my main fleet? I don't know about that.
Okay. So I'm at 420,000 in the field right now, so I've still got a few more focuses to do before I do Rhineland. Because I never do Rhineland until my mouse Spanish was essentially the point in it.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. There is in Black Ice. You get you end the reparation payments.
Oh really?
Yeah. At the same time as doing Rhineland. Which I think is right, isn't it?
Probably. Yeah, I think so, because that's the moment that Hitler renounced Versailles completely. Because obviously the demilitarization of Rhineland was a Versailles stipulation.
Yeah, but I mean, there were lots of staggered.
There was, yeah, but
as well.
But the Rhineland was the moment where Hitler was like
more publicly doing it, yeah.
Like, out and out. This Versailles stuff ain't happening. Sorry.
Yeah. Because he's already, the second he built the first plane.
Yeah, but that was all done in secret.
Yeah.
And then the Luftwaffe turned up in 1935. And then was like, oh right, they've got planes.
I wonder how that happens.
One thing I find really interesting though is the degree to which the Allies, and particularly the French, swallowed the propaganda about Germany being this like all mechanized, incredible armed forces. There's a story I read about a French general. Not sure if he was Air Force general, but he went to watch like German military maneuvers, and basically Germany got like the entire Luftwaffe in one place, make it appear like really massive. Like, the French guy was like really impressed by that. So they've got a massive air force, and that was the whole air force in one place. At that point.
Yeah, that's pretty funny.
I'm sad that there was like 20 pilots that crashed into the ground because they didn't pull up in time because it was misty.
Oh really?
Yeah. Lost like 20 planes because they were doing like a synchronized dive, I think, and it was foggy and they didn't pull up in time.
Right.
Yeah, they didn't show the French that.
No, I imagine they didn't. All right, not too long now. 80 days till Marco Polo.
Nice. I'm ready. My volunteers are ready. I hope I can send 3 this time.
Fantastic.
We've got what? How many? 44 divisions. What's the ratio for volunteers?
Don't know.
Come on, Christo. I'm relying on you for this.
I'm afraid I cannot tell you.
Is it 15? Is it 30 is 2? Is it 15 divisions?
What? No, it's not a ratio because 30 allows. Yeah, 30 allows the first 2, and then maybe it is 15. I don't know. Wiki it. God, it's amazing the amount of freaking steel that the game wants me to spend on heavy cruisers is crazy. I'm not spending 37 steel. This freaking heavy cruiser with full line takes like 60 something steel to produce. That's insane. 4 steel per dockyard. That's ridiculous.
Legit, mate.
I'm never going to spend 40 steel per dockyard to increase the speed of freaking heavy cruiser 2s. That's not happening.
So I wonder why Paradox decided to keep the 15 limit for dockyards when they basically got rid of it for the rest of the equipment.
Because for dockyards it actually matters because it restricts the speed at which you can build the entire ship, whereas for the other ones it makes absolutely no difference because you're going to be producing them so quickly anyway. Whereas for ships, it's still keeping the 15 dockyard limit means it'll still, no matter how many dockyards you have, take a long time, a relatively long time, to produce.
I guess they are because I'm looking at submarines which build 2.83 a month anyway. But if you're building a battleship, like, you want to have it so you can build one in a month.
Yeah,
it'd be ridiculous.
You could produce them in less than a month if you took it to the logical extreme. Yeah. Oh, I'm going to start the war with
it would be really
radio.
There's no way that 200 dockyards could all work on one ship. It would just make any sense.
I always do this Fine, I'll give it organization first on my field marshal. I was thinking, okay, now don't research radio straight away, because I know that it's more efficient if I research it a bit later. But then, of course, I just forget to have it researching later, so the war's going to start before I get radio. Every time, man.
Who needs radios?
The Japs do.
Not the French tanks. They don't need radios. Oh no, they did get
they're taking attrition in Beijing right now.
Did you know the French actually dispatched orders by motorcycle riders?
I did. I watched an interesting history video that mentioned this.
I'm still amazed by that. They had to wait for written orders to do stuff. Dispatched by motorcycle rider.
Incredibly dumb. Yes.
That was the attitude. They assumed it'd be like the First World War when you could do that. But alas.
Why? Oh, I decommissioned this fighter before I ever it registered I'd looked at it. So it kept saying, "You have a new model of fighter." So I'm sure I don't.
Is it still meta to have like one sub fleet?
I don't know. Well, as soon as I learned that was the most efficient way, I was like, okay, well, I'm not using subs for a bit then. I don't know. I have tried that recently and they did get annihilated. I think for it to be most efficient, you have to repeatedly re-up the fleets, basically. And then essentially your loss ratio is lower. But it takes a crazy amount of micro, so...
I'll go with fleets of 11, I think.
Not my bag, baby. That's what I concluded.
No. Come back here.
Oh, yeah, so my tank division's still absolute garbage fire. I don't think there's going to be much I'm going to be able to do about that before this war breaks out. Oh, yes, I still don't have... I forgot to put the... This is going really well. I forgot to put the...
Are you fighting the war yet?
No. How am I going to get one more experience?
China has low inflation, apparently.
Yes, if they do welfare reforms, they get increasing amounts of inflation.
I'm not sure why inflation is only a thing for China.
It is interesting. But yeah, seriously, like their entire...
in the whole world to have inflation.
The entire inflation thing in China is, if you try and institute a welfare state, it gives you runaway inflation.
Wow, that's right. It's Hoi4 confirmed.
Yeah, political statements being made. I did think
Paradox is neoliberal.
I did think that was funny.
I think my next focus will probably be Rhineland. I think I think I'm still 70k short. God damn veteran difficulty.
Yeah, it's tough.
I normally have it done by now, Angelus.
Yeah, I have one. I've done one political advisor so far. It's been painful.
I wonder if destroyers are good yet.
I don't know for killing
convoys and things.
For killing subs, I think they're pretty much the only choice. Because only they and light cruisers have the things that actually get them. All right, they'll pay for this. Get an annex war goal against China and Shaanxi. Everyone in China is allowed to generate war goals more easily. I think that's what that means. So what should I do next then? I guess I should do some... nationalizing the war economy? War industry even? Or get a synthetic refinery. Research bonus. That seems valuable. But I'm going to do the Tripartite Pact next. To get you to sign up to this whole thing.
Yeah.
So should I stagger my war declaration on Shaanxi? It's cheesy, I know, but...
See, I'm running into the problem now with the planes that I was talking about earlier. I've got two different fighter ones variants, and they're different points in the list. It really annoys me.
Oh, right, yeah, that one, yeah. You can assign... Can we slow it down a bit? Sorry, I am now at war, so you can come help if you'd like.
Yeah, I'll send volunteers. I can send 3 divisions.
Huzzah. Planes, too.
Yeah.
I shouldn't stagger the war declarations, it's too cheesy. I was going to kill Shaanxi before I declare war on China. I think that would be too cheesy.
Okay.
Wow, they're really... Only coming in here.
Can you like get that air base in China, please?
Which one?
The
one in Beijing.
South of Beijing.
Yeah, sure.
And I can put planes in it.
Oh, right. Sorry, I need to call.
So I can't bring them over here to start with.
Excuse me. Come join this war.
I can send 243 planes.
God, me attacking really annoyed him. All right, so I can do decisions. So how does it work? Escalate the war in China gives you buffs. And every time I do it, it gives more war support to the United States.
God, it takes these planes so long to fly to China.
I mean, that does make sense.
Oh yeah, I mean, it's not right. Rumour has it.
No rumour has it, yeah. It's actually longer than you think, of course, because the world's flat.
Yes. Absolutely.
God, it's difficult playing multiplayer. We haven't for a while. That is an interesting route they've decided to take on this naval invasion. So the guys launching from Taiwan are going like, practically via Nagasaki in order to land. It seems.
Oh, makes sense.
Seems interesting. Hey, welcome, welcome, German volunteers. How are you doing today?
Having a great time.
This fine day. There's rather a lot of Chinese gentlemen over here. And my commitment to the war is only at 40% right now.
Get him, Rommel.
Offer surrender terms to China.
Ooh, can you do that?
When no mainland Chinese or Korean cores are controlled by Japan or any of its subjects. Yeah. You can offer China peace and they get Menguko and Manchukuo and Korea.
Oh, really?
Yeah. If they drive you off the continent, then the AI Japanese will always take the decision.
Alright. Interesting.
Alright, so time to actually add support artillery to my divisions, which I didn't have enough experience to do. Eastern China, massive supply deficit? Oh, right, yeah, because I just landed on Shanghai.
Time, in fact, Christo, to end the episode then.
Is it? Well, the glorious invasion of Shanghai
It is indeed time.
has just begun.
Yeah, we're going to drive the Chinese all the way back to Nanjing and then beyond.
I'm going to be in Nanjing very shortly because
Oh, you're landing. Oh, I see.
my men have landed on an undefended Shanghai.
Okay, I believe this was yours.
It was indeed. Thank you very much for watching, everybody. We will see you in the next episode for the glorious, possibly, I mean, maybe not fall of China, but we're certainly going to make some headway. See you then.
Bye-bye.